Hey guys, Triple V here. So tonight I'm actually running the Zoroark deck that I ran for the recent Melbourne Regionals. Haven't gotten around to making a video yet for it, so just going to be presenting that to you guys today. Zoroark's got the ability Phantom Transformation. Once during your turn, you can switch it with any Stage 1 Pokemon from your discard. It doesn't keep energy or tool cards attached though, so you gotta be careful when you're placing those out from your hand onto it. And the idea behind this is that it can hit weakness into a lot of things in the meta just by switching into the relevant typing for it. Other nice thing, we do have super effective glasses that came out in the Astral Radiance set. With super effective glasses attached, when you're applying weakness, instead of doubling it, you're actually going to triple it. If you're hitting numbers like 100, 120, triple those, doing 300, 360, you're knocking out V-Stars, you're knocking out Vmaxes, you're taking 2 to 3 prizes, whereas your opponent's swinging into you and taking 1. Gives you a lot of advantage. You don't have to play the game super fast and can kind of think about what plays you want to be making. For some of the attackers we've got in the deck, we've got Mightyena. So it has the Hustle Bark ability. If your opponent has any Pokemon Vmax in play, this Pokemon's attack costs 3 colorless less, which is exactly how much it costs for the Wild Tackle attack, which does 160 damage. Nice thing you'll notice about that, double it, does 320. What's Dark Week at the moment? It's seeing a lot of play. Mew Vmax, and it's got 310 HP. So you do that, you're getting a knockout for free. You don't even need an energy attached to it for that. If they do have Oricorio in play, Mew's going to be taking 20 less damage, puts it up to 330 HP. So that's where the super effective glasses come into play, and you're hitting for 480. You're also going to be hitting weakness on things like Shadow Rider Calyrex and a couple of other cards that pop up. We've also got the Wormadam line. The nice thing about this, it comes in Grass, Fighting, and Steel. They've all got the exact same attack, Matron's Anger, so it does 30 damage plus 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Things like Darkrai V-Star that's starting to see a bit of play, it's got 270 HP. If you have 6 guys in your discard pile and the super effective glasses attached to Wormadam, you're doing 270 and you're taking a knockout on that. For the Fighting type Wormadam, if you've got 7 guys in your discard and the super effective glasses, you're doing 300. It's taking out Arceus V-Star, which also seeing quite a bit of play at the moment. The other one we've got here is the Steel type, which helps out against Ice Rider Calyrex, which is starting to see some play with Palkia, as well as it can swing for weakness into Whimsicott. That matchup can be a little bit awkward since once Whimsicott gets set up, you can't play Special Energy, but I haven't been seeing that popping up too much in the ladder, so we'll worry about that when we see it. For Palkia, we've got Electrode. Electrode has the Explosion attack, does 120 damage, trade-off being it does knock itself out by doing 90 damage to itself. Could get around this by attaching a Big Charm, then you're doing 90 damage, you've got 30 more HP, you're not being knocked out, but we've kind of got another option here. What we're going to be doing instead is once Electrode knocks itself out, we're just going to bounce it into a Miltank. So then it forces our opponent to have a non-Pokemon V to attack with. If they're just setting up hard into things like Starmie V, Suicune, other Palkias, they're not going to have an answer for this. Palkia does have the ability though that lets it accelerate 3 water energy from the discard to its Pokemon, so they can set up Greninjas or Inteleons that help kind of answer that. But we just go Electrode, bounce into a Miltank, and hope they're not setting up. The Miltank also, it's super helpful against decks that aren't prepared for it, so if they're a heavy V deck and they don't have any non-V attackers, we just have to chuck Miltank in the active, and it's pretty much game. It is really helpful for early game as well, when they're trying to speed through their deck and set things up with Melanies or Metal Saucers to Steel types, things like that, and they don't have a way to swing into this Miltank. It gives us a bit of time to set up our Zoroarks and get the proper attackers on board. For supporting Pokemon, we've got a 2-2 Bibarel line. It has the Industrious Incisors ability to let us draw up to 5 cards into our hand each turn. Combos really nicely with Galarian Meowth. The Galarian Meowth has the Evolution Roar ability. Once during your turn, you can discard 2 cards from your hand and search for a Berserker. We don't actually run a Berserker, so it's a nice way to be able to shuffle the deck as well. If we've been Marnied, helps us kind of get into the cards that have been shuffled back into the deck, as well as just setting up Wormadams for damage. We've also got 1 copy of Altaria, has a Tempting Tune ability that lets us put 1 supporter card from our deck on top of our deck. So if we need a boss's order for game, we can switch a Zoroark into Altaria, put a boss on top of our deck, use Bibarel to draw into it, and then just boss up whatever we need, get the knockout, and call it a day. We've also got 1 copy of Manaphy, just since we do have a lot of single prize Pokemon, we don't want our opponents to be able to knock 2 things out at once, right? If they have Radiant Greninja and they do 90 damage to 2 Zoruas, it's really going to set us back, so having the Manaphy to stop that is pretty helpful. That's it for the Pokemon in the deck. In terms of trainer cards, is a little bit of variety here. We've got 3 copies of Evolution Incense just to be able to search out the Pokemon we need to get into the discard to set up Zoroark. 1 copy of Pal Pad, since we do have a couple one-off supporters in the deck. 4 copies of Quick Ball, helps us discard guys as well as set up into more Zorua and Bidoofs. 3 copies of Ultra Ball, same idea, discard, get some more Pokemon. 2 copies of Path to the Peak, just to help out in a couple of matchups. So if we run into things like Duraludon Vmax, where we wouldn't be able to swing into it if we have special energy attached, which is all we run in the deck, it does give us the ability to kind of get around that. 1 copy of Avery to help out against Regigigas. 2 copies of Boss. 1 copy of Grant is a pretty cool card. Helps set up the Wormadam as well as charges up the fighting type Wormadam. So play this from your hand, your fighting type Pokemon do 30 more damage. If Grant's in your discard, it also has a secondary effect that you can get it back from your discard and discard 2 things from your hand. Helps get Bibarel to be able to draw into more cards, helps get more Pokemon in the discard to set Wormadam up into more damage, and then we can always just quick ball this away again, put it back in the discard, use Bibarel, draw into a card with 5 cards, use Grant's effect again since it's now gone back into the discard, bounce it back into our hand, discard some more Pokemon. It's a pretty nice combo effect we can pull off with that. 1 copy of Marnie as draw support and some disruption, 3 research, 2 copies of Roseanne's backup. Since we do rely heavily on special energy, it helps us be able to get that back into the deck, as well as makes those 2 copies of Path to the Peak. Essentially we've got 4. We can always use Pal Pad and get these back in. We can have up to 6 Paths to the Peak if we really want to be that guy. 1 copy of Zinnia, just to help get into larger hand sizes, setting up Wyrdeer V, or just being able to draw into a big hand, discard things with Meowth, discard things with Grant. 2 copies of Air Balloon as our main switching card in the deck, so we can attach an Air Balloon to Bibarel, have it as a pivot point, or Miltank, just have that sitting in the active so that they can't attack with Vs while we're setting up guys on the bench, and then just retreat the Miltank out with the Air Balloon. 3 copies of super effective glasses, so it really does help out to fix up those numbers and get some pretty crucial KOs. With Roseanne's backup, we can also recycle these back into the deck, so if we did discard some early or something gets knocked out that's wearing a pair, just put it back in the deck that way. So 2 copies of double turbo energy. Just be careful when you're using this one since it does reduce the damage output you do by 20. So if you're swinging with Wormadam into an Arceus and you think you're doing 100 damage, but really you're doing 80, and you're tripling that into 240 instead of 300, just be careful with that one. 4 copies of twin energy. No downsides to this one, you just can't play it on any V or GX Pokemon, which we don't play any of those, so it's fine. That's it for the deck list. If you enjoy the list and you give it a try, make sure to hit that thumbs up button just to let me know. It'd be great to hear that you guys are running the decks on ladder. Also, hitting that subscribe button lets you know when I've got new videos coming out. We'll jump on ladder and see how we go with this. Alright, check that active, check that on the bench. We hold the Ultra Ball, we'll discard Grant, probably the Roseanne, and get Bibarel. So we get those in the bin. This can evolve next turn. This might go down depending. Oh, playing Durant. Ugh. I wish we didn't bench things now. Like right side, we don't need to discard very many things. Yeah, I'll get rid of these. Hit the Bibarel. Probably just boss up a Snorlax. Trying to think numbers wise. We've got 1 in the discard right now. To get the knockout on that, if we evolve, we need 5 more things in the bin. Whereas if we get the fighting type and glasses, 1 more in the bin. I guess fighting type glasses and yeah, that might be a bit of an ask. We'll just grant these away. Bibarel for more. Play the Grant. Spin this, we can Zoroark into it. Like, we don't even want to set up another attacker, right? So awkward. I hate Durant. If you're playing a V, it's fine. You just set up one guy, call it a day. But this, where we actually like need to draw into some stuff, does make it a little bit awkward. We played the Grant, right? Yeah, we played Grant. We're doing 30 extra. 30 extra, minus 20, so 10 extra. 30. 60. Yeah, so we need the Grant. Do it again. Bump these two. That should be our number. Oh, didn't even need to do the Grant. All that. Ah. Hate that thing. We've got balloons, we've got energies, we can pay to retreat if he tries to boss us out. Hammers, on the other hand, that makes things a little annoying. Does Durant rotate? I feel like it's D-block, right? Nope. Just hanging around for a while. Great. Three, 4, 5, 6. 90 exactly, but minus. So yeah, we've got to do the Grant again. And yeah, we'll just bring it back. Keep doing that. Why do you need Miltank and Durant? Alright. Got the double balloon. That's nice. So yeah, if he tries to boss stall, attach, research. Should be fine. Does this not impact that damage? No, just to your opponents. That would be kind of funny though. Double turbo energy made confusion do 20 less too. Secret little bonus. Alright. I guess we just boss up one of these. We're on a coin flip anyways, at least this way we're on a coin flip and not discarding 2 additional cards when we get a knockout. Hey, Proton Jack, how's it going, bud? Like, hindsight, we could have done the Avery, but Avery, he would have just gotten rid of the Snorlax. You just realized that. Like, is in mill decks, like Durant, or like Wormadam, where I'm discarding stuff? Because the matchup is pretty painful. This is so awkward. Because it's like I attach balloon and energy to hard retreat out. Or do we Avery and hope to get into a stadium? I think we've discarded both stadiums though, yeah. Yeah, we just coin flip. Coin flip and hope for the best. Nah, Palkia against this, you're fine. Palkia against this, you just set up your Greninja, and Greninja take out 2 Durants at a time. Like, just don't overbench. Don't burn through your deck. Pick a game plan and go for it. Or if you can, like depending on what Palkia you're running, if you're running it with the Inteleon and Scoop Up Nets, get to the point where you've just got one Palkia set in the active, scoop up everything else. Swing. Alright, I'm fine with this. Confusion's gone. So as long as he doesn't Crushing Hammer this away, we just attach, hard retreat, game over. So I'm hoping he's out of hammers. I'm only seeing 2 though. Which one did you go for? One of the Inteleon ones? I feel like we checked that out there. Yeah? Nice. Whose list is it? Because I know one of the guys that made top 3. Well, top 4, technically. I don't know how you would determine who's 3rd. Do that, quick ball this away for Bibs. Like we've got 2 attackers already, we don't need a Zorua. Hesitant to give it a balloon, like there's potential that they run Scrapper, but at the same time, then if they tried Marnie or something, we're in the positives. Angus Johnson. Nice. I'll have to have a look at that list. Yeah, one of the guys that goes to the card shop I go to, Callum, made top 4. He's pretty new to the game too, actually. I think he's been playing like, I want to say 6 months. He's picked it up really, really quickly. But it was like Astral Radiance got revealed, Palkia got revealed, and he was like, alright, this is my deck. And just smashed it out. And it worked. Another training court. Oh no. That was the other deck I was considering building for tonight. Why are people rage quitting against Kyogre? Are you like landing the attack first turn or what? Like, this is probably what I'll throw together for Friday. Pick a bull. This is counter box, maybe. Okay, yeah. I completely missed the Raikou going in the discard. I'm thinking it's counter box, unless he's just running the water energy to be able to accelerate with Melanie. Nah. It's not RNG luck, it's just RNG skill. Put all your skill points into luck, it's fine. What am I looking at right now? Get rid of that. So how does he take me out here? He'd have to Greninja into the Miltank twice. But I feel like he's gonna get greedy and just try and Greninja the bench. Because he sets up the Palkia. Palkia sets up the Greninja. Surely he has enough balloons, he just attaches a balloon to the Pokeball, hard retreats into it, pays the water so that he can accelerate the water with Palkia. How much are we hitting it for right now? 90. Yeah, I feel like we just have to start putting some damage into this so that we win the swing trade. As it stands right now, he'd have to get Zigzagoon and Scoop Up Net to knock us out and get the energy accelerated out to this. And I'm thinking that's his only way to knock us out. So if we can kill this Greninja, I think we can just kind of coast for a bit. Plus it lets us use items, which is nice. Because then we can go Evo Incense, get Bibarel, quick ball away the Zinnia, get a Manaphy in case he does get the Greninja back, like the Ordinary Rods or Clara or something. Why would he switch when he's got a balloon? Seems like a waste of cards. But okay. Not a fan of that, but see, he's fighting weak. If we see any of these two away, we get 5. Nah. Research. 2 extra cards probably worth the value. It's just annoying we don't have a way to discard this. No Vmax in player, we could go into the Mightyena. Yeah, like that at least puts that in range to be knocked out by the Miltank. Really hope we top deck an energy now. Alright. Like this at least buys us one more turn. Pauses the turn unless he's got Zigzagoon. That item walk up, damn. Seen Durant, we've seen item walk. Real fun decks on ladder right now. I shouldn't be talking though, because I do want to build this. Not with Palkia is different. I was thinking with like Flappy. Palkia is kind of interesting. It's like a lightning water box. Counters other Palkias. And like the Vikavolt to slow down Turbo Palkia is pretty cool. Yeah, it probably makes sense just to switch this out now. So Greninja won't hit the numbers on here. We can attach a balloon to the Miltank, retreat into Burmy or Zoroark, switch into the Wormadam, get the knockout on the Greninja. And like his deck's looking pretty thin. Pin all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Okay, that's fine. we get a twin? Twin energy would be pretty nice. Yeah, there we go. And the pen. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good. We can Pal Pad back in a boss. Boss, maybe Marnie. Don't really want to Avery. 3 Avery just gets rid of the Crobat. Okay, so he's at 180 HP, makes numbers a little bit awkward. And he hasn't V-starred, so he can charge that up, which is a bit concerning. Like I'm thinking maybe just boss that up, hard retreat into this. Kill the Crobat. And then Pal Pad back in 2 bosses. So we have Electrode in the bin yet? No, we don't. Yeah, I think that's the play. And then ideally we get another Zoroark so we can get that out of Greninja range. Perfect. Three, 4, 5. We're at 80. We need one more thing in the discard. Perfect. We grab that. We'll Ultra Ball these 2 away. Gives us the Electrode too, so we can boss up the Palkia. And then, yeah, we'll just get a Manaphy so that this is safe on the bench from the Greninja. It's all coming together. I don't think we need to Zoroark switch anything. No. Like, it would have been nice if we had a bench block for the Meowth, because being able to just like bin stuff with Meowth, Bibarel, or having Grant in the discard, bin stuff, Bibarel is pretty nice, but it is what it is. Can this get knockout? No. So the only way you can take this out is by putting the Palkia and knocking it out. And if he puts the Palkia, then we just put one of the Zoroarks, research, get an energy, call it a day. We've only got 2 energy in the discard. Well, 3, but we've essentially got 3 left in the deck. Pretty thin deck, and Bibarel potential. Oh, he's going for it. Perfect. So yeah, we just chuck this active then. As long as we hit an energy, that should be game. Okay. Switch this for that. Give it the glasses to thin the hand. Give that a balloon. How do we want to play this out? We Ultra Ball these away for probably another Bibarel if there is one in the deck. Perfect. Free energy, 16 cards. I think we can get there. We can get there. So do this one first, just to see if we need the second Bibarel. No, that'll be fine. Nice. It just seems like there's faster ways to set Dialga up than Arceus. Like the fact that you can have Metal Saucers and just rush it out that way. Or Metal Saucerization, Bronzong, slide them all up. Like, you got some pretty cool options. Okay, this should be an interesting game as long as Mightyena's not prized. Saw someone run Arceus V and Vstar with Dialga V and Vstar. Yeah, like you can essentially run Arceus with whatever you want, right? But the main pull of Arceus is the Vstar ability, like being able to just go, hey, I need the double turbo energy to be able to do the attack and accelerate energy out. You use it. And the main thing about Dialga is that he can use his V-Star as an attack and then have a second turn. So potentially knock out a V, take 2 prizes, take another turn, knock out another V, take another 2 prizes. Okay, let's make this guy's life very difficult. Let's do that. And then I think we just do this. Get rid of that. Get rid of Boss. How many Zoroark do we have? Okay, so we still have 3. We're likely fine just to research this away. I'm almost considering just attaching the energy there. So if we found a way into Miltank, we just slap that in the active. Don't think that really gets us anywhere. Get rid of that, get rid of... Yeah, like we're gonna be researching it away anyways, then we can just Pal Pad it. So then we just Pal Pad Boss Roseanne? Guess we don't even need the Roseanne. Pal Pad Boss Research gives us draw support. All we need next turn is them not to boss up our ZoroBox, bump our stadium, and I think we're fine. Like, they can bump our stadium, just don't boss up our Zora. So they can knock out our Meowth, that's cool. Or cross switcher, I guess that's the thing too. Oh, alright. I don't think they saw the Mightyena go in the discard. So what deck are you running at the moment, Proton Jack? Like, do you have the built and like you're trying it out already? Oh, you're still going with Palkia. Yeah, Palkia's good. Right, third place one, the Angus deck. This guy's really digging. Can bend the Greninja. Okay. Okay. That's nice. Like the Mightyena doesn't need glasses. This with glasses can get a knockout on a Calyrex, so yeah, why not? We'll just chuck it on there just for fun. This isn't hitting weakness into anything. Like, I guess unless he has Whimsicott B, we can evolve it into the steel one. Which, like, we might as well, just so we have access to it from Zoroark if we do need it. We already got rid of all our Bibarels. Only one, so one's prized. Okay. Let's get this then. It doesn't seem like he has an answer to it. He could just hack us with Mew, I guess, and that's it. Check it down, touch and energy. Like, just hard retreat into it. Okay, surely he bumps the stadium now. Maybe we should have held off evolving this to the steel. We could have gone into the fighting so that we did have an out to just boss up a Crobat, get an easy knockout. But he's already supported this turn. We bench this. Research. This can't go through that, and yeah, like, he can't boss anything up. As long as we get another Zoro on the bench, I think we're fine. Like, I can't tell if people are just unaware that Miltank exists, or they just assume they can boss around it enough and get enough prizes. Okay, there we go. There's his answer for Miltank. 120 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Perfect. We know there's no more Bibarel, so we won't waste the Evolution Incense just in case he Marnies us. That comes up, it's Dark Week, we can just swing into it with a Zoroark. We can just attach double turbo energy to Zoroark, swing for weakness into it. Evo Incense for another Zoroark. We have pivot options. If he knocks out the one in the active, this one comes active, turns it into Mightyena, knocks this out the next turn. Okay, gonna make us work for our energy. And I'm guessing he's trying to get into cross switchers or escape rope. If we do this, he just gets rid of the Crobats. Let's do this to shuffle, so we have better odds of drawing into those energies. Avery, maybe we get a balloon? No? Okay. Yeah. Surely he just takes over the bats. Yeah, that's fine. Do this, kills off his draw support. Then we'll switch into that. Switch that for the Mightyena. And we take 3 prizes. Do we give it glasses just cuz? I feel like we give it glasses just cuz. And we'll trigger the Grant just in case we have to go with the Wormadam the following turn for the knockout on the Articuno. I'm okay with this. Yeah, Zoroark again, so we'll just take more prizes. The Mightyena. Like, for that matchup and from you, it's just okay. I just need 2 Zorua in play at all times, and what are you gonna do? Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to let you know when there's new videos coming out. If you did want to come hang out live, I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. It is in Australian Central Time, so just make sure you're checking your time zone, or just head over to my schedule on Twitch. It'll let you know when I'm on converted to your time. Well, thanks for hanging around, and have a great evening. Take care.